is episode 1 of your Napoleon Hill inspired lessons, and we're starting with the foundation that holds everything else up: positive mental attitude. Before money, before strategy, before connections, before skills, Hill would tell you this: your attitude decides what you notice, what you believe, what you attempt, and what you tolerate. Positive mental attitude is not fake smiling. It's not pretending life is perfect. It's the trained ability to face reality with a mind that says, I can handle this, I can learn from this, and I will move forward anyway. Positive mental attitude is power because it keeps you in control when the world tries to control you. Two people can have the same problem, same bills, same pressure, same situation, and one turns it into progress while the other turns it into pain. The difference is not luck. The difference is the mental attitude they carry into the moment. A person with positive mental attitude doesn't deny the storm. They walk into the storm with a steady voice and a clear direction. And here's why it matters. Your mind is like a radio. It receives what it is tuned to. If you tune it to fear, you will receive more fear, more reasons to quit, more reasons to doubt, more reasons to delay. If you tune it to positive mental attitude, you start receiving solutions, courage, ideas, opportunities, and the strength to keep your word to yourself. Positive mental attitude is the habit of thinking like a builder instead of a victim. Victims ask, why is this happening to me? Builders ask, what can I do with this? Victims look for someone to blame. Builders look for a way to improve. Positive mental attitude is a decision you make before the day makes decisions for you. And if you're listening right now thinking, okay, but my life is hard, good, because positive mental attitude is not built in easy days. Positive mental attitude is forged when things are heavy. It's built when you feel tired and you still choose discipline. It's built when you feel rejected and you still choose belief. It's built when the outcome isn't guaranteed and you still choose action. This episode is going to give you a simple, usable understanding of positive mental attitude, what it is, how it works, and how to build it so your mood isn't controlled by people, delays, and random chaos. Because once your attitude becomes strong, your life becomes teachable, and a teachable life becomes a winning life. Now let's talk about how positive mental attitude actually works in the real world, because Napoleon Hill was not just speaking poetry, he was describing a system. Positive mental attitude is the emotional engine behind your thoughts, and your thoughts become your habits, and your habits become your results. That means your attitude is not just a feeling, it's a program. And every day, whether you realize it or not, you are programming yourself. You program yourself by what you watch, what you repeat, what you say to yourself, who you spend time with, and what you choose to focus on. Hill would tell you that your mind is like soil. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant complaint, you grow bitterness. If you plant fear, you grow hesitation. If you plant belief, you grow courage. Positive mental attitude is choosing the right seed even when you're in the wrong season. It's saying, I will not let this moment become my identity. And here's the secret most people miss. Positive mental attitude is easier when your attention is controlled. Uncontrolled attention produces uncontrolled emotions. If you scroll negativity all morning, listen to cynical people all day, and replay old failures at night, don't be surprised when your attitude collapses. Positive mental attitude starts with protecting your inputs. You don't need a perfect life. You need a protected mind. He'll also emphasize association. Who you're around shapes what you think is normal. If your circle constantly jokes about quitting, complains about everything, and hates on anyone who tries, your attitude will slowly rot. But if your circle speaks possibility, discipline, growth, and standards, your attitude strengthens automatically. This is why positive mental attitude is not just personal, it's environmental. Another key part: positive mental attitude doesn't mean you never feel negative emotions. It means you don't live there. You feel it, you acknowledge it, then you redirect. You don't let a bad moment become a bad day. You don't let a bad day become a bad life. You interrupt the pattern. How? With a simple mental move: ask better questions. Instead of why me, ask what's the next best step. Instead of what if I fail, ask what if I grow. Instead of I can't, ask how can I. That single word, how, turns your brain into a problem solver. And positive mental attitude is basically a problem-solving identity. It's the habit of saying there's a way, and I will find it. When that becomes your dominant attitude, you stop waiting for motivation. You become someone who moves with intention even while emotions fluctuate. That is Hill's kind of strength: quiet, steady, and unstoppable. Positive mental attitude shows up most when people try to pull you out of your center. That's when your training gets tested. Disrespect, delays, rejection, criticism, and unexpected problems. A person without positive mental attitude gets triggered easily because their identity is fragile. They need approval. They need perfect conditions. They need everyone to behave. But a person with positive mental attitude doesn't hand the steering wheel to other people's moods. They don't let a rude comment become a life sentence. They don't let a delay become an excuse to quit. They understand a powerful truth. You cannot control everything that happens, but you can control what it produces inside you. Hill would say your attitude is a magnet. It attracts experiences that match it. When you carry positive mental attitude, you begin to attract different outcomes, not because the world magically changes, but because you become the kind of person who notices opportunities and acts on them. Let's make it real. Two people lose a job. One says, "My life is over," and they collapse. The other says, "This is painful, but it's also a signal," and they get to work. They update the resume, learn a skill, reach out to connections, and suddenly they land something better. Same event, two realities. Positive mental attitude creates the second reality. And notice this, the positive person didn't deny pain. They didn't pretend it was fun. They just refused to stay down. That's positive mental attitude. It's resilience with direction. Positive mental attitude also protects your peace. When you have positive mental attitude, you stop taking everything personally. You learn that some people project their insecurity onto you. Some people hate what they don't have the courage to build. Some people criticize what they don't understand. Positive mental attitude lets you stay calm and keep building. It gives you emotional stamina. And emotional stamina is rare. Most people are strong for one day, then collapse for a week. Positive mental attitude is the ability to stay steady long enough for results to catch up. Hill's research showed that winners persist while others panic. They keep their mental climate stable. They don't make permanent decisions from temporary emotions. They don't quit because they don't feel like it. They know feelings are weather, but purpose is direction. So when life hits you hard, your positive mental attitude response is simple. Breathe, reset, choose your next action, and move. You don't need to win the whole war today. You just need to win the next decision, win the next hour, win the next habit. That's how mental attitude becomes a lifestyle instead of a motivational moment. So how do you build positive mental attitude in a way that actually sticks? Here is the simple system, podcast style, real life, no complicated words. First, start your morning with a decision, not a reaction. Before you check messages, news, or social media, set your mental tone. Say out loud, "Today I choose a positive mental attitude." It sounds simple, but it's powerful because your subconscious listens to repetition. Second, control your self-talk. Hill would tell you the world doesn't defeat you, your inner conversation does. Replace "I'm not ready" with "I'm becoming ready." Replace "I always mess up" with "I learn fast." Replace "this is impossible" with "this is challenging, but I can handle it." Third, choose one daily discipline that proves you are in control. It could be a short walk, a workout, reading 10 pages, journaling, drinking water, cleaning your space, or working on your goal for 30 minutes. Discipline strengthens attitude because it builds self-respect, and self-respect makes positivity real. Fourth, upgrade your environment. Remove inputs that poison your mind. Lower the time you spend with negativity. Increase time with lessons, books, and people that elevate you. Hill's idea of the mastermind is not just business, it's emotional hygiene. Your circle is either feeding your positive mental attitude or starving it. Fifth, practice the reset. You will have bad moments. That's normal. The goal is not perfection. The goal is recovery speed. Train yourself to reset fast. One deep breath, shoulders down, and ask, "What's the next best move?" Then do that move. And finally, attach positive mental attitude to a purpose. Positive mental attitude without purpose becomes fake positivity, but positive mental attitude with purpose becomes unstoppable. Decide what you're building, decide who you're becoming, then use positive mental attitude as the fuel. And as we close episode 1, I want you to remember this. Positive mental attitude is not a personality trait. It is a trained skill. You can build it, you can strengthen it, you can make it your default. And when positive mental attitude becomes your default, your results change because your actions change, your persistence changes, your standards change, and your life starts reflecting the strongest version of you. In the next episode, we'll go deeper into another core teaching, but for now, take this challenge. For the next 7 days, start your morning by choosing your attitude on purpose, and end your day by writing one win, one thing you handled better than before. That is how positive mental attitude becomes real.